Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week, sometimes a little less. Got over 1,000 of these available for your listening pleasure in a variety of topics, and we continue to add as often as we can to the topic list, doing that for your benefit. So, um, if you are looking for help with behavioral change, if you're looking for help with relationships, business, life coaching in general, we'd love to be of service to you. A couple ways you can get in touch. The first way is reach out through Twitter at PO Perception. The second is in the About Me section of this YouTube page, and we can connect on that level. In any event, would love to be of assistance to you remainder of 2021 and soon fast approaching 2022. This is basically our anxiety series. Signs of anxiety, things that people with anxiety often do. So they'll often play with their hair or have nervous tics. Sometimes it could be something as simple as a repetitive motion, clicking a pen, moving a foot, playing with hair, kind of twirling or running their hands through their hair, touching their face, running their hands over their face. Any sort of repetitive behavior that's meant to bring calming. The next thing, and this can be kind of a negative thing, is kind of picking the skin or just, finding imperfections and kind of picking at it, rubbing it, or scratching at it. And again, this is a nervous habit. A lot of times it's unconscious. It doesn't necessarily mean they know what they're doing when they're in the middle of doing this. That's why you'll see people who might have sores on their face or just blemishes or that. These are individuals who sometimes, not every time, but sometimes have anxiety related challenges. The next thing is getting caught in daydreaming. Obviously, a person with anxiety doesn't like their current circumstance, they don't like their current situation, and so they'll start to dream about, think about, obsess about sometimes ways things could be different, and they get lost in a bit of a fantasy world so that they can actually feel like life is improving or in some way going to improve, and that can be both problematic, but also it can bring about a sense of relief for the person who's going through those emotions. The next thing is the creation of motion, the creation of movement. These individuals, like I said, kind of may have facial tics, kind of blinking a lot, or opening and closing one's hands, kind of shaking their feet, shaking different parts of the body, repetitive motion. And again, the anxiety creates a certain level of physical emotion, which then needs to come out in a physical way. And so that constant movement is an issue as well. People with anxiety will have what I call the bookends of sleep. They will either oversleep and kind of try to block the world out, or they'll undersleep and be so nervous that falling asleep and relaxing enough to create a solid, strong sleeping environment becomes extremely problematic and difficult. And so a lot of times they don't realize necessarily that that's happening until it actually does. And then there's issues on that front and in that manner. The next thing is a dependence or a over reliance on social media. This can be problematic in a number of ways and for a number of reasons. Ultimately, it can be kind of a difficult situation for creating a nature of kind of balancing things out, getting to a better place. There's a lot of challenges that come with that because a lot of times these individuals don't realize that they are trying to escape vicariously through other people in their life, and the social media thing. Um, they may talk a lot or not at all. So hyper communication, either silence or over talking, almost rambling, or disorganized thinking can be a sign of anxiety. When there's too many thoughts going on at the same time, hyperthinking and the over speech, the over talking can be a prominent problem. On the other side, when a person is dealing with severe anxiety, they often also will create kind of within themselves this stressor point of kind of rambling or getting away with themselves, and it causes a great deal of stress and challenge. So those are the basic things that anxiety can cause, And so hopefully this has been helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.